there's someone out there watching everyone. Light the lights, turn off the lights. I'm sure there's something out there trying to have some fun. I know there's someone out there, know there's someone out there watching everyone. I know it's you. There's something weird about you, know it's you. Everybody's talking about you. Everyone's sad but you. I know it's you. A smell of mud, a trace of blood. Saw something out there, why don't run away? I know there's someone out there hiding in the gray. Where a door who's left undone. We'll find who's been out there trying to murder us all. Find who's behind this, find who's behind this. Guilty as it was. I know it's you. There's something weird about you, know it's you. Everybody's talking about you. Everyone's sad but you. I know it's you. There's something weird about you, know it's you. Everybody's talking about you. Everyone's sad but you. I know it's you. We are back again. The lights are back again. We'll discuss again, discuss who gets to take the blame. We'll find who did the aim and check what a work remains. Discussing who ain't and then break through all the games. This time you're showing you're gone. You won't escape cause you're gone. The lights are on and now to show what you've done. You had your chance to play good. Are you down lying? You should. Cause even if what you say is true, imposter among us, it's you. I know it's you. There's something weird about you, know it's you. Everybody's talking about you. Everyone's sad but you. I know it's you. There's something weird about you, know it's you. Everybody's talking about you. Everyone's sad but you. I know it's you.
Congratulations, Donna.
Hello.
Hello there. And well done to our killer, Steven.
Thank you.
Anthony, welcome back.
Thanks. Good work, Steven. I didn't see that coming at all.
Thank you.
I was convinced it was Marie like the entire way.
That was the
Well,
plan.
no, it was Anne, obviously, and then from there I was like, oh, it's obviously Marie, but it was not obvious.
So how hard was it, Steven?
It was really hard because I've never done like on this like side of things as killer, mole, anything. So I was like trying to play it as much as I could, like as I would as a player, but then like try and code switch in my brain to be killer mode, and that was the whole monologue was how I was like trying to like balance the two. It was really fun.
I think the thing you did best, the best strategy was just simply winning everything. I think that was
our alliance won a lot of things.
It was the try hardness that it was like, well, it's obviously not David.
Right.
Just,
why would he try this hard?
trying way too hard.
All right, so what were the biggest surprises, character reveal-wise?
I'm trying to find
Probably Donna, for me, because I think yeah, like I was thinking just so many times I was like, I feel like she's in this game. I feel like if she's in this game, it's probably Marie. And yeah, I was just really hoping to see that.
Yeah, I'm glad it was Donna, because I think I've played with Donna in one of the online ones, Amy and Donna before. So I'm glad to see an old return win.
Well, I believe, Stephen, this was your first Whodunit game ever.
It was.
That's fucking wild.
I have no idea like how many rounds there are, like what happens in a round. So I was just kind of going with it.
To be honest, I think that worked to your advantage. Like overthinking it from like I've been in like I don't know how even Cody like 5 or something, and it's just
I have to say, for a first-time player, you understood the game very, very well.
Thank you.
You adapted.
Well, the clues made no sense, but outside of that, I feel like I kept up pretty well.
Do we want to see the clue video now? All right, we'll go ahead and show the clue video real quick.
Cool.
Here were the clues you may have found or missed. In episode 1, arguably the most difficult of the clues was in the killer's lair. Noticeable was the room had bacon. What was unseen to the viewers, and only Matilda essentially, were the labels under the lair pictures. One had 2 degrees written on it. Another had the letters MGSB. A third had DJM. And finally, XFC. This told you that Dan Levy, the actor that portrays David, is 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon via Mardi Gras, Spring Break with David Joseph Martinez, who was in X-Men, First Class with Kevin Bacon. In episode 2 seconds security footage, at exactly the 17 minutes and 50 seconds mark, a small faded print flashes on the screen saying 1, 50 though 53. This refers to 1 Samuel, verses 50 through 53. The scripture tells the story of David killing Goliath, referring to David being a killer. In episode 3's crime scene, probably the easiest of the clues, there were roses on the mantle. Rose is David's last name. Also, there was a frying pan. Cruella was the first one to solve this, indicating that David is pansexual. Episode 4 and 5, the clues were not earned. In episode 6, Emily's Journal, Anne was the first to discover the initials of Dan Levy in a different color font. Again, the actor that portrays David on Schitt's Creek. Episode 7's crime scene video. The original YouTube video was exactly 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Schitt's Creek had 6 seasons and 13 episodes each. The video itself was pointless. It was all in the length of it. David hid episode 8's clue from the other players. It was a rose hologram that transformed into a skull. Again, the rose hones in on David's last name. The final clue in the season finale had a scroll that came with the heirloom. Easily displayed is David spelled out diagonally. Our killer, David Rose.
Well, you can't say I didn't give easy ones.
I feel like I won a few that were like just a picture of a rose, and I was like, all right, so this one's going to no one, or I'm cutting this out of what I share with people.
Well, that's what you did. I think you mentioned it in your monologue that you were the only one that got that clue. You shared everything except that part.
Yeah, so I got the tour of the manor was like a video, but then like as part of the video was like a picture of the rose. So I just screenshotted all of the other images besides the rose, and I said that it was pictures instead of a video. And I sent the other like 9 or 10 or whatever it was.
All right. Also a Whodunit vet, Owen. You were very anxious about the narrative.
Yeah, because I really didn't buy the pattern thing. Like, it didn't seem very intentional to me early on, which was the time that I was still privy to what was going on, sort of, before I got killed. And I was like, I just am not buying that it's like a gender-based pattern. I really thought it was age, especially because the killer had reached out to me early on and said, nice to see a young face. And I was like, oh, it's going to be like an age thing, and Littlefoot will be last because Littlefoot's a dinosaur or something. So I was really curious about how that would shake out. Turns out the pattern was the killer's own killing, so.
Yeah, and I think it was just a coincidence at first, and I was like, well, I'm so deep into this, round 4, round 5, let's just see how long I can keep it up.
All right, rivalries. One rivalry that I don't quite understand where it happened was the Marie Matilda rivalry. What was that? Where did that come from?
It wasn't mutual, for what that's worth.
And then there was a small one that also came out of nowhere. John and Littlefoot.
So I want to say this whole time my chat has not been working. First off. Second off, he's a fucking liar. That's all. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think, I don't know. I think Littlefoot was taking too long on a challenge. I'm like, he's the killer. He's sabotaging us. I think that's what happened. This is also my first time playing. I'm sorry. So I'm just like, okay. Yeah, so I was really mad. I'm like, this guy's a fucking asshole. He's killing us. I gotta alert the media. So, yeah, that was the little tiffle. And then it turned out I think, gave me a clue. And I'm like, oh, wait, it can't be you. So, yeah, that was all. Thank you.
Well, I do have to give kudos to John, the only one to not only make it to the Final Four outside of the Big Alliance, but also managed to outlast a member of the Alliance. So well done to John.
I didn't even know there was an alliance, so thank you.
Did anyone know about the Alliance?
No,
Kind of surprised.
not
no?
really.
So them not marking each other didn't give a clue to anyone?
I thought there was
No.
no games, but then I was like doubting myself about it too. I think in one of the episodes I mentioned, yeah, I think there's an alliance, and then I'm like, nah.
So Anne, while you're on, let's talk about your little mini games for marking.
Okay, so I wasn't keeping blood off my hands. I don't have a problem with blood, but I thought it would make for some drama and make me look a little more suspicious. So I don't know. Did that work?
Definitely worked, because I was like, she's the killer. She's some killery
I was
shit.
like, yes, more of this. Let's keep doing this.
I literally marked Anne every single time. And I
Yeah.
thought about it for the last one, but I was like, I literally didn't change it because I said, I haven't died yet. And I've marked Anne the entire time. I can't change it now.
What messed me up is like Cody's clues are always so hard. And so when there's an obvious one, I'm like, no, can't be that. So I think that ultimately was my downfall.
Well, they are called clues, not giveaways. But
Also, and kudos to
There were a couple giveaways, which was what the problem was. They shouldn't be giveaways.
and you played your character really well. I had to say you stick to your character really well. So kudos
Well,
for
thank
that.
you.
So good. So good.
I thought
I did a lot of research
you
besides
really
the
did
show,
really
but
well here.
like I did you looked and made a list of quotes that I could put in for her, and I love playing Anne. She is so fun.
Yeah, Trial and Error. I definitely recommend that show. I was really impressed and surprised how many people got into their characters. Maul.
Nobody, I was typing in all caps in chat because that's how I was typing in confessional. Outside of like all the normal chat, I was just like everything that was in confessional was all caps. And I think Cody did a good job of sort of translating that.
Which leads us to the big rivalry, Maul and David.
That was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good time, and like especially because I knew that it could go on for however long I wanted it to. So I was like, we could just keep on doing this back and forth. It's a good time. There she is.
Finally. Oh. Sorry.
Congrats, Donna.
I don't want to interrupt it.
Congrats.
Thank you. Where's Steven? I can't believe it was you. I had no idea.
Oh
No
my
idea.
gosh, so
None.
funny. So funny.
None. Now, Owen. Where's Owen? There's Owen. Okay. You were who?
Hi, Matilda.
Yeah, I didn't have any rivalry with you. I don't remember.
I was sort of just intentionally being a pain in the ass to try to be Matilda,
Yeah.
because you know that's her character kind
You
of.
were-
She's kind of a pain
you
in the
were a
ass
rat.
too.
It was,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know anybody else up there. I know Jacob. Oh, I know Aaron. I can't believe you're Mystique. I don't believe it. You're muted, Erin.
I've got little kids talking to each other
Okay.
and they're loud.
Who else is there? I know Darth. I've seen you before. And who's John? Oh, I don't know. I don't know you people. Sorry.
That's okay.
So, one thing,
Played the
one,
down Donna, but
one thing to point out, Donna has played a lot of Whodunit games, and she is always the bridesmaid. She's always runner-up almost every game she plays. She never wins until now. This is her first one.
Yeah. Shocked.
Well,
She's always been really good at figuring out the killer, like this time, but she always second guesses herself in the final round and switches. This time, didn't switch.
Yeah. But the clues that I used, I don't even know if they were what you had. So I still have the lists at work on my desk. So I will definitely show you a year
Check
later.
notes.
And the reason, where's Steven? Is he still here?
Yeah.
For the issues at the end of, hang on a minute. I'll call you back. At the end there I was going through a lot of personal stuff at home, and it really got in the way of everything. So,
Yeah.
it was bad. So,
I think, but to me, for everyone, like everyone was just like playing their characters and playing their games, and it was, I don't know, I didn't take anything personally in this game. I think that
I did. But I always do.
Yeah.
I always do, and then I get over it, like in a day. I mean, yes, they are. Thank you.
Like how many times was I nominated for murder? I think 8.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a gentle giant.
Yeah, we got
You played the part.
John the most times marked for death, although Maul was certainly in contention. And then Littlefoot, who was never marked for death.
Yeah, yeah. Now, who
So
was
I want to bring something up. Littlefoot, John,
Oh.
you had the perfect setup to expose Stephen as the killer. Like that whole thing was.
You guys had it.
What happened?
I thought that all 3 of you guys had it.
I don't know. I forgot who gave me a clue about wine, but that like stuck to me. And I've never done this, and I'm like, why is this so hard? I don't think I got one clue the entire time that was real. So
I never get them. I make my own up. And I've always
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could have like sure alliances. So I was like,
Yeah.
I really thought it was you. I'm like, it's wine. It means something. That was really it. That's all I had to go off.
Yeah. No.
Well, I will share one tidbit about the clues. A good way to go about them is looking at them as a, what's the word I'm looking for? Confirmation, not a solution. So if you're going strictly off clues, you can make a clue for anyone, especially if it gets ego-driven and you're trying to search for clues to point to that specific person. You can point anything to someone, but I think they work better if you figure it out through social strategic means, with your social game, and then the mark for death and everything, and then use the clues to confirm what you already know.
I think that's right now is the first time I've ever actually gone back and seen actual clues. I've done this so many times. Now I actually know what to look for, but
I don't.
Doesn't matter any now.
I mean, I even got to the point where I was bringing in the lightning bolts on David's shirt. Don't ask, but it fit with, and then something with somebody in Detroit. None of that made any sense either, but.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know where you got the Detroit thing.
Well, it went along with something else, and it was just, it was all connecting. I couldn't find anything on anybody else, so
Well,
that's why I stuck with him. And then he was so cocky.
a couple of you already know this. A little fun story. Usually I write down the meanings of the clues so I don't forget, except one. The security tape. I forgot what it was. And so there's your karma. It took me an hour to figure out my own clue. And I knew who the killer was. I knew what to look for. I spent an hour trying to figure out what the hell I put in there. So I got some karma for you.
Okay, good. Because your clues, your games are... Don't feel bad. I'm sorry, I don't know your real name, John.
That's okay. It's Liz. It's
Liz,
easy. It's
okay.
3 letters, sometimes 9.
Oh, if it's Elizabeth?
Yeah, that's
I
all
picked
right.
up on that, see?
Mystique, Aaron, shared it in the chat. Had to cut it for time reasons and because it was consequential to what happened in the game, but Aaron did use the skeleton.
Yes, I knew I'd used them, and then when it said, where are your keys? And I'm like, but I did it, and I can't even remember what I looked at because I can't work out clues. I'm like, I'm lucky to be sober half the time.
Yeah, you were all a bunch of alcoholics all game.
Oh, I bring everyone to the party. Oh, shit.
It was a fun cast. It was like a really, really fun, group of like banter in the group chats and things like that. It was
Oh, definitely.
a really good group of people.
Yep.
Anthony, you said you wanted to share something when it got to the reunion?
Oh yeah. I was so lost the whole time. I was like, I didn't get any clues. I didn't understand, and then I kind of was at a disadvantage because I just stepped into. I was just going aggressive, like aggro, with character, and then I was watching it, and I think I don't remember who said it, but someone. Oh, I think David, you were saying, in agreement with the killer, which now I know technically I was saying, hey, everyone thinks I'm the killer, so I guess I did. So I guess yes, I was playing a little bit, but I didn't know. And other people were like, oh yeah, is it? I think Maul is like playing like 40 chess, and I was like, brother, I don't know what I'm doing here.
So was there anyone people figured out their identities?
Yeah, sort of. Although I never said anything
Yes.
during the game.
No.
Only because of the drinking.
I'm sorry. And plus, like, it's hard because, like, I get on early being, from Australia and stuff. And then, like, Donna's always on it early in the morning. I've known from past games. So I sort of just put a lot together.
Yeah, yeah. But we never, neither of us, and I swear on my kids, ever discussed it, right? We had I didn't talk to her pretty much, unless certain shows are on.
No.
Not TV shows.
Yeah. That's the only time. Like, yeah, we never spoke about the game during the game.
No.
So, yeah.
I thought you did figure out Donna.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure. Like I didn't want to say anything. I don't even know if I said it at some point in like our chats or something like that. But it was definitely in the back of my head. We were like online around the same times. Like I've been playing with her for a decade. So like
Yeah.
I just like I know how she plays games and talks, and I think that's always like an issue that like I have in like the profile games too. Is I feel like the way that I type, it comes off very
Yep.
obvious. Like this is like how Steven writes and talks. So that's why, especially like as the killer, I did like the uppercase and lowercase thing just to kind of like throw people off. I would like throw in like random, a punctuation that I wouldn't do as David. I was, trying to mix and match there, but just really hoping that people like wouldn't say, oh, David is Steven, because I think that then people would have thought Steven would be the killer as well.
I think the only time people didn't think it was me was in the once game as what's his name, Grumpy, in as that character. But usually everybody figures out it's me, even if I try just not. I figure with Marie it would be easy, but.
I was like, it's almost a little like too obvious. I was like, is this real? And then here we are.
I watched a lot of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, so I was like she's spot on with it. It's so good.
And listening to it before, it's crazy because you actually hear yourself saying those words in that voice, right?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
So what's it like looking back, seeing everyone's point of view and not just yourself, seeing the full picture?
Pretty interesting.
Did you feel like you had a good grasp on the game or not at all?
Who, me? Or
Yeah, if anyone feel like you had a good grasp of what was generally going on or not at all?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, I knew what was going on in our little group, but then I knew not to trust Littlefoot as much. And David, then it got to the point where I wasn't telling them everything that I was thinking. And I even wasn't sure about Mystique, and she's the one I trusted the most. So, but as far as, no, I never had no clue that.
Did you enjoy the David karma, Donna?
The David what? Karma?
After David betrayed you, and then Littlefoot betrayed David the round after?
Yeah, but I didn't know if they had planned that, and I didn't know what was going on. I think I was a little out of it towards the end of the game. I was not focused as much, although I did like when David got a taste of his own medicine, so yes.
I was so mad. I was like, this is absolute worst case. And like I helped a Littlefoot in like one of the earlier rounds of the challenge too, and like otherwise like he would have lost a tiebreaker earlier on. And yeah, that's when I was like, that was the perfect move. That really backed me into a corner.
I don't even what did he do again? I don't remember. I mean,
he didn't nominate John. Also, basically, I was the only guy nominated at the end there. So, it kind of forced my hand a bit to have
right.
my like pattern.
Huh. Okay.
And you were marked as well, along with Aaron, Mystique. And you were guessing right, so Mystique was really the only choice.
Oh, okay. All right.
I will go ahead and announce the fan favorite. So, anyone want to take a guess who got the most votes throughout the season?
Marie, 100%.
Marie.
Janet.
Look, I love Janet.
All right, I will reveal the top three and then the winner. Alphabetical order. Darth Maul is in the top three. David Rose and Littlefoot. It's not Littlefoot.
David.
The winner got 24% of the votes throughout the season. Congratulations, David. The people like you.
There we go. I'll take that.
And I'm going to turn on my camera real quick. As a prize for fan favorite, do you drink coffee?
I do.
I'll be sending this your way.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
What? How come I don't see anything? I see
That's
just
awesome.
all of us.
It's an ill David koozie thing.
All right. So did anyone try to look like the killer? Jackson!
Try to look like the killer to fool people?
Yes.
Yeah, when they started thinking I was like, why not? Just, you just keep, it's nothing specific that you say. It's just leading them down the wrong path. I want to see him. Where is he? I want to see the dog. Where'd he go? Sorry.
Jackson.
They're small up there. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's getting so big.
So was anyone disappointed that you were not spending it at a resort?
Yes, because I didn't get drinks on tap.
I just want to express how grateful I am to you guys, how much I appreciate your patience. This wasn't exactly how I wanted the episodes to come out, but with me being so sick, you guys were very patient. I really appreciated that. Thank you very much. We're a very great cast with everything going on.
No, thank you for continuing.
Yeah, you're awesome, Cody. Thanks for doing this. You
Yeah.
put something into it.
And
Yeah,
It was
I'm actually a
lot
video
of
editor,
fun.
like as my day job. So I know that how much Cody, like,
Yeah.
how much friggin' time it takes to put all this together. That's wild.
Yep.
I asked him for tips.
Well, he has nothing better to do. So
Well. All right, so we did rivalries, showmances. So Cruella isn't with us. Cruella had to work tonight. Nestle, fun fact, who played Cruella, is actually the winner of the very first Whodunit ever when I was in 7th grade. Did it at my middle school.
oh, that's why she looked familiar. Okay.
So John, you had a little one-sided showmance there,
Yes.
and you wanted to say at the end if you both were here.
Well, first off, I thought it was fun, so I'm like, let's do that. That sounds good for me. And then, yeah, she didn't know about it, but I'm like, maybe, if people are like, oh, I didn't know who the killer was, they didn't want to separate a couple. So I was like, I want to keep us both safe. I don't know.
And then the other tragic romance, Purple Babies. Another one-sided one.
Well, one person is incapable of having children in that way. So
I'm not even sure which one.
yeah, that's actually a good point.
Exactly.
I think about it.
Mutated to
Yeah.
somebody that was pregnant, I guess.
That was pretty funny because yeah, you sent that like I guess technically you're in Australia. I didn't know that, but it like came across at I don't even remember like midnight my time or something, and I was just like, "Hey Cody, you might want to check out our DMs over here, bud."
Got pretty spicy pretty quick.
Yeah. Although I was excited because I was so bad at my social game. I thought that I was like, "Oh, my first alliance! Look at me!" And of course she wasn't. She was like, "Oh, I suspect," and I wanted to. Yeah.
The alliance, how much did you suspect each other while trusting each other? How did you balance that?
I don't know. I think it was pretty cool that we made it that far and nobody picked up. Well, I guess if there's a lot of newer players, they didn't, and not familiar with the game, they wouldn't know. But we never put any of us up, so never marked anyone. So I don't know.
I think part of that is if you're outside, like you can kind of tell, like, I mean, from my point of view, obviously, like there's just a void of communication over there. So, and everybody, but on the other side, all of you kept saying, well, you aren't talking to me. And it's like, oh, so there's something, okay. So a little over time, you're like, I get it. But like,
but it's true. I reach out. No, I do it in any game.
Actually.
I reach out to everybody. And if you're not going to reply back to me or come back, I mean, you may come back with a one-line answer and then you don't bother later, then I got to go back again and say, oh, and I don't want to be a pain in the ass. But then I get to the point and say, screw it. They don't want to be bothered. Then they get marked next. But yeah, I don't know.
I suspected over time, though, that there was something over there. But you don't want to mark. Obviously, I was never in a position to mark somebody because I would have just thrown a wrench into everything and been like, oh no, here, a bunch of randos. But I think that from the outside of that alliance, no one wanted to mark any of you because then it just means that like 3 or 4 people are then against you, right? Like that. Yeah. So it's the power of the alliance, right?
But within the alliance, Littlefoot put me off a little. Just something about him. I don't know. He wasn't as open. And then, so I know not to spill the beans too as much. I wasn't going to put too much out there. You could tell when people are holding back and not being open. And even with Mystique, who I thought initially, I was like, oh, I don't know. Do I trust her? And then I trusted her more. And then it got to the point where I said, no, I didn't. I was even questioning, saying, did I put Littlefoot as the killer as one time? I don't even know. I know I was all over the place in the beginning, but I don't know.
Yeah, some people were switching a lot, and some people were sticking true to it, to who they picked.
Yeah, I know I picked David for at least 3 or 4 times.
Did the killer know, even if we weren't marked and you said who our top suspect was, did you pass that along or no?
No, only the people who are marked.
Only if you're marked.
Good. Yeah, I was just checking.
Yeah. And then Cruella got him one time.
And then I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not playing like this, like a flawless game that I thought I was, but okay.
Although it was completely random, she said.
Yeah.
So that was just a random guess and sealed her fate. And then other than that, I think it was just Marie that put pen to paper on putting you down.
Yeah.
For my own reasons. I don't know where they came from.
There's a lightning bolt on the shirt.
That was one, believe it or not, it really was.
So good.
Strange.
Let's talk about missions. Which mission do you never want to see again?
Remind me of them again?
The theme songs.
No, that's the best.
No.
Oh, yes. I think I won that one.
You did, both times.
Theme me. I love
Donna
that.
loves that one. Jacob hates it.
Really? No, I like it. And I like word search. What's the other one?
Word search is fun.
What was the one Darth Maul did where he had to fill out the grid to make like a giant sword?
Oh, the puzzles.
Yeah, that
like
I can't
10
do
puzzles.
either.
That one specifically, I never want to do.
Oh, that, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
The nonogram.
That's my least favorite.
Right. Oh,
That
that's the
sucked.
one where everybody had to take
Yeah.
That was not fun.
No.
But that was the only one that I actually did. Like,
Typically the
actually
non-
finished.
You put like so much effort into it, and I was like, I feel bad like starting shit with him now, but
that was the one that I was like so mad about because I put so much effort. I put way more effort into the group puzzles and group like activities than I did for like the safe house. Mostly because of the job where I worked a lot at the time. So I was like, I'm going to prioritize, and I wanted people to like, I wanted to do more for other people so that, you know, I had that like sort of, I guess, social credit, but like that didn't work out at all. And that's why I just started getting pissed. And I was like, fuck it. Like everybody just, I don't know, nominate, just stop it. Stop doing this. Let's just be crazy about it. Just break it up. I don't know. So that was the turning point for me.
And then Donna's favorite, Survey Brutality.
Oh, yeah.
with the candles, with blowing out the candles.
Yeah.
Amy has the distinction of playing that one live.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
Oh, you're Amy, right? We've played in games before, right?
And that was with actual friends.
right? Real friends, yeah. Yeah. That was the first time ever playing it, I think, too.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was definitely surprising back then.
Nice little church event. Tell each other horrible things about each other. I wasn't sure if it would work with aliases, but apparently it did.
I think that it hit like at the right time of how everyone was kind of like feeling about each other and, you know, strategically and everything, and it ended up being a good time for that mission.
I think with the candle part of that mission was really good at showing there was an alliance. Like that really
It
highlighted.
was very obvious in that mission.
You'd never know it with David, though.
I'm Anne. I just, when I started it, it didn't put my name on there, so.
Oh, you were Anne. Oh, okay.
Match.
Yeah, we tried talking to you in the beginning. It was very difficult, too.
Talk to everybody. I was so social, but I wasn't in the alliance, so it was, I think, probably more service than when you were like the big four.
Yeah, well, and the funny part is, it was that first challenge when we just got 4 people and 4 people. It was a fluke, really.
Littlefoot got lucky to be with you guys for sure.
Yeah.
And that group chat like went on for like pages and pages and pages. It was the same thread the whole time.
Would anyone do this nightmare again?
Of course.
I would try as not the killer. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Good.
I'd try again. I'd maybe a character that I know a bit better, so I don't just turn into my own character.
Alcoholic Mystique.
Or at least give me an alcoholic character.
There's plenty out there, I'm sure.
I thought everyone did their characters. Also, Dr. Delvey, of course. I think, John, you used her services more than anyone.
Yeah.
I only just worked out who that was today because I didn't research. And Devly, or I can't pronounce things. It's early.
You got any outsider insight, Jake? Observing the whole game?
Not too much. I gotta say, though, the only thing I was really surprised by was that no one caught on to that alliance sooner. I was surprised that they let everyone get so far without nominating them more.
Well, they kept winning all the fucking challenges.
Yeah, but I believe it's because, I mean, there were only 4, and usually one or the other was winning, right? And the others that were playing were not regular people that have played in online games before. You know, like Amy, you picked up on it a little, right?
Yeah, a little, but still, I'm like, yeah. I didn't start an alliance. I usually fall into an alliance, so I played this one pretty much. I was social with everybody, but if the rest of us had made an alliance, then we could have, but we didn't catch on.
Yeah, I didn't know who else was with the others because not many people talked much.
Yeah, it was hard to get on to people because I always try to chat to everyone. I don't shut up. And then when people don't talk back to me, I'm like, oh, well, they're probably annoyed by me. I'll go annoy somebody that will deal with my annoyance.
Like your alliance.
Yeah, exactly. You dealt with me just writing random shit. I never knew what I was doing. That's why I was manipulated to fucking guess everybody else. Oh, sorry about my swearing. Guess everyone else but David. Marie was telling me the whole time. Well, Donna was telling me the whole time, it's David. And I'm like, no, but David said this. And then Littlefoot said this. And I just didn't believe anybody.
Yeah, well.
That's especially the hardest part about online Whodunit, I think, is, like, personally, I'm I'm more of like a face-to-face, like I can really kind of read people much easier. Obviously, when you have just text, it's really hard to parse out how people are trying to come across, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's good you're all
And
here.
you don't
We're
wanna-
going to do a game right now. I'm kidding.
I can't wait to be marked.
Might as well just give the win to Mr. Modest over here, you know. Oh, man.
Are there any other topics people wanted to bring up that I haven't covered?
Yeah, I want to bring up that when we did the one clue mission for the crime scene clue mission, that Darth Maul rocked that one, and Littlefoot totally sucked to be like, can't contribute anything, so I just
Oh, the artsy one.
I remember that.
Littlefoot didn't want to do anything. So, but props to the rest of our group. especially you. Like, I mean, you pointing out Anthony. I think that helped to make Cody with the videos even better. Like, even Cody, like, said that on his video, he did the little call out to you.
Yes, I did ask him how he made like the characters move like that. I still haven't figured out keyframing, but whatever. Big words.
You also got the AI voices from me.
Yes.
That was great.
Which
voices on
how
there.
did you get all of the like celebrity AI voices? Is kind of the wild part.
I recorded like 30 seconds of each character and did a voice cloning.
Wow.
That's awesome. Wow.
No,
cool.
I do voice.
Not really good.
Myself.
It was all you.
Impersonations, yeah. I just wish I had figured it out before the first episode. Because that was some creepy voice stuff going on there.
I don't remember. Well, the next season I'll be even better. Is your skills?
Well, I just figured out how to make the faces move like that. The
That was creepy, sort of.
Yeah.
His eyes were going.
It was a lot. For a half hour.
What even is that? What was it?
Oh, it's a thing. Oh, no. I thought you were asking me the question. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh shit, I'm still on video. Yep.
It's just a website. I can send it to you.
It's strawberry banana.
Yeah, don't forget the hot tour.
Donnie, stop. I'm on a video. Stop it.
Octua.
So what did everyone think about Hawktua?
Well, what?
It's great.
Donnie, no, this is going to be posted live.
Oh. I like
No,
That's the best.
that's my little brother. He just got home from work.
That hasn't.
I have a question.
Yes.
Originally, if you do remember when we were picking out characters, are you the original character that you wanted to be?
Yeah.
I wanted to be Janet.
I think I also wanted to be Janet.
Fucking Janet.
Everyone wanted.
I wanted
I love
and
Janet.
David and Anne. So it was top three.
Cruella, I wanted to be too.
That was the real tragedy about Janet. Was like the majority of the cast wanted Janet, and then nobody got to be Janet.
I was so mad.
Oh yeah, I was right there with you. He did all the pregame stuff, and then like a day or two before we started, just vanished. Just completely ghosted me.
Oh, that's right. That was Jose Ripperap or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That last name cannot be real, by the way. Fuck a rap.
Yeah. That's right.
I added the fucker rap. It's rapper rap.
Oh,
It was like, that's an amazing last name otherwise.
I had to get my last licks in.
Yeah.
Can I say I still don't understand who done it? I still don't understand how the game goes. I still don't understand how to play the game.
That gets to the final, still doesn't understand.
No.
There's no right way to play the game. You just use the assets you have to get there. There's a lot of different ways to play it. You can win challenges. You can, like you did, you played up on your social skills, Aaron, so you got to the end till Final 5, right before the finals, without winning a challenge. So John didn't win challenges, made the finals. There's no right way to play it. You just have to take what you do well and adapt that into the game. That's really.
what if you don't do anything well?
So you end up like Janet.
Oh, Janet. She's going to host next time. Which,
Well, if you reset it, she'll come back better, right? We just got to reset her a bunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
little secret, you'll be the first to know. Two players from this season returned for the second one, so you'll get to see them again under different characters.
Really? Back to back.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's not Donna.
I was done. I can only do so much.
Shame Littlefoot couldn't join us. I wanted to talk to him more.
I was so curious about Littlefoot because it went from him not doing like anything, and then suddenly I was like, how is he pulling shit in the finale? Like he wasn't doing.
Ramped up in those like last 2 rounds. I was like, oh wow, this is a problem.
Like I don't know how, I think it was just like nothing. So it was like no threat, no nothing. But nobody really paid attention that much, and then he just got there. Wow, sneaky.
Yeah, he was a sneaky guy, and he dropped that bomb out of nowhere. Surprised me too.
What's that? People all think it's an act. I have no memory.
No, I love you, Donna.
After my mother.
When him and John pulled that move to mark you, Mystique, and David together.
Oh.
To try to expose the killer.
Yes.
And then drop the bomb.
I think in my confessional, I was like, well, I wonder how David's feeling now. I think I did say that.
It wasn't good. It was not good.
I think you were actually kind of hurt by that one.
Yeah, well, I was like mad in both ways, right? Like I was like, as a player, like very betrayed. I was like, wow, this like really sucks. But then on the killer side, I was like, wow, I just lost the game because of this. But yeah, I was definitely hurt.
Are you surprised it was still close that Littlefoot and John didn't pick? It was just Marie?
Yeah, I thought that all 3 of them had me at the end for sure.
That's what I wanted to know. Littlefoot did not pick him?
No.
Really?
He picked you.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. I did not.
I don't know how or why, but that was the whole point of putting me up there, was to, I don't know, make it be me. But yeah.
Yeah.
He pulled a Donna. He figured it out and then got to the end and second guessed himself.
He second guessed.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if I can think from his perspective, if he puts David up, David probably suspects Marie most. So if he puts Marie as the suspect and can't get killed because it's Marie, then like also then the pattern breaks regardless. So like,
right. That's why I tried to play it back, but.
Oh, how hard was it because you got to do both. You got to do confessionals as David for the show, and you were allowed to do confessionals as the killer, as we saw, and heard.
A lot. I can't believe I did that all in like one sitting. Like, what is wrong with me?
I thought I had no life. Oh, God.
I think that the question was going to be about like how I thought about the different confessionals and
how hard is it to do confessionals as an innocent player?
Yeah, it's kind of like how I tried to convince myself of like how I would be playing as a player, right? So like that's why I was like so locked in on Marie, and I feel like I was like saying that from like day one in the confessionals too, and that was going to be kind of like what my public persona was of like, let's keep on trying to pin it on her, this and that, and I just didn't think one step past that of okay, what am I going to tell her, or like how am I going to try and make her think? Because if I'm putting everything on her and everyone's following me that way, then she's just going to be looking right back at me, and I think that I was probably the next most obvious person.
Yeah, no, good. I mean,
great. I think like until that last where you screwed yourself with the pattern, you played it really well. Like I'm surprised. Yeah, like I would question myself about if it was you or not, and then I didn't end up guessing you. So I think you were doing great. And watching the episodes after I died too is like, I think you played it pretty strong.
Yeah. I can't even say that I saw any type of pattern. I'm seriously, I'm gonna find, I have it at work on my desk, how I came up with my answers or my clues or what pointed to you. And that's what I went by. There was no other reason.
Also, okay, so did you do, Cody, did you do in this one, did you have us going around the manor and doing that whole clicking around and looking at things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay. So that got blurred together.
We tried to, but
when did that start? Like, was it from clues that you got? No, clues were for the killer.
There was
over time, like with more paths open, but we just like couldn't figure out how to get through the doors.
I overthought it, I guess.
Totally forgot how that we were supposed to do that until like halfway through. And then I got stuck in the kitchen. I found one number or something.
Right.
And then we
writing down
couldn't
numbers.
yeah. And then went up and kept going to the same rooms.
That whole thing, I think that's the most fun. Actually, that might have been the most fun part of the like actual game to me, was the manor stuff. Like just finding all the little clues and like it's just anything I can actually do, I find fun. And I was like, oh, I'm actually opening rooms and like finding little things and like,
progress, yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that little dopamine hit of some progress on something.
Well, that's why it's there, is because it's nice to kind of put something there for you guys to do during downtime. Like, especially if you're waiting for people to submit suspects and the killer has to make their decision, there's a lot of downtime waiting for that. So that kind of, having that little escape room is just kind of...
It's also frustrating because you can't find anything.
I have to find just the right pixel to click.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Can't believe it was you, Donna. It's so funny.
That's so fun.
Funny.
No, I was shocked when I saw because you don't do any. I mean, I don't play any games, so I don't. But that it was you, I was like,
I know. I've been out of the game for a while.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It was really good meeting y'all.
Okay.
Thanks, Anthony.
Same.
Nice meeting you.
Have a good night.
Good job, Cody. Good game.
Great job, Cody. This
You
was fun.
too. Both of you.
All right, guys.
All right. Yeah, I guess we'll call it a night too.
Okay.
Well, thank you again. Congrats to both of you.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
And,
Thanks.
for your prize, you can get it Venmo, check. You can have a gift card of your choice, or donate to somewhere under your name. You can think about it. But
Okay.
that money's yours.
Okay.
And send me your address, David.
I got you. Thank you.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Jackson.
Eagerly waiting for the kill, ripping through your flesh, anticipating every move you make. You fish bait. My silhouette clashes with my razor sharp fang, piercing your skin and unraveling your brain. Sick in the range, use a mental telepathy to invade. Monster weak, my voice is chills through your physique when I speak. Living for the sacrifice, premeditated red rum, leaving bodies numb from lack of ventilation. Ungodly creation, who's gonna stop us? I'm from a strong breed, bitches when we feed. My young seeds love to make foes bleed. The world is under siege.
I was bitten and immortalized. Fear me, I will never die. Death is hitting deeply in my eyes. My disciples rise. Poison the globe with the venom of my own veins. Enter the sickest rain, wicked rain. Vengeance is mine. Premonitions of a killer, my design. Penetrate the mind, strongest of my kind. See the 7 signs. Vicious when I make them bleed. Formulate another seed. This is how we populate and feed. Make a strong breed. We glorified, knowing history is live. My identity denied, was despised, but tonight we rise. Crimson red fills the sky.